Okay, Friday Flow. Here we go. I feel like I'm supposed to rhyme something after that. But anyway. Last night was cool because I went to open mic night that I, normally go to. And it was interesting because I had a lot of water. I had just drank an entire bottle of water. And I was on my way to go to the bathroom, and the setup of like instruments and musicians is kind of like on the way to the bathroom. And so I was stopped, and somebody was like, "Hey, do you play drums?" And I was like, "I do." And it was kind of like, "Are you serious?" And it's like, "Yeah, let me just go use the bathroom." Okay. So long story short, I ended up playing the drums. I ended up kind of just like filling in as a drummer for this group of musicians, and it was so much fun. And this is one of those examples of kind of just like flowing and allowing like whatever kind of opportunity like that kind of just surfaces, and it's like, yeah, it's fun. um this video is going to have a lot to do with, I think, like the past, I don't know, 2 or 3 videos that I've made this week, and it is corresponding to basically just like focusing on the feeling and allowing whatever, like, it's not a matter of like whatever, it's a matter of allowing the past to like dissolve and die. The gravity and the pull of the past. That's really what I want to focus on in this video, because this is really about I want to communicate a belief, but I also want the belief to dissolve, because I'm working through the belief to dissolve it so that it doesn't continue to surface and influence me, because beliefs are influential. They do. They pull us in a specific direction, right? If somebody believes that they can't do something, the likelihood of them doing it is not high. It's actually very low. They are likely not going to do it, right? And so beliefs work that way. And so I'm really focusing on just like challenging the heck out of my beliefs and being like, yeah, no. Not only that, but also, again, dissolving the past, allowing the past to kind of just like, it's kind of like how Eckhart Tolle in The Power of Now, in the very beginning of the book, he says that he has, I think it's like little to no use for the past, and he hardly ever like references it or thinks about it. And so this is kind of like the foundation for moving forward, right? Choosing how I want to be, being that, right? And it's interesting because like it's not really hard, it's not really difficult or challenging to be that, this new version of myself that has tuned into the potentials and the energy and the emotions and the vibe of my future. What is interesting here is how many times a person, in this case myself, can revert back to the past or regress back to the past. It's wild. Like, I'll be like, I'm a new person, right? And then I'll go into just like a social setting and see somebody from the past, revert, regress, right? 10 years ago, however long ago it was. And then the over-explaining happens, right? That's I would argue to be at least a trauma response. So just being aware of all of that stuff and holding my frame. One of the most important parts here in terms of, really creating a new future based on new and elevated emotions, based on a very specific and clearly detailed vision of the future, right? Which can include, of course, having a strong frame, having strong and healthy boundaries, right? allowing that frame to be held steadily, regardless of who I'm with, right? Because there are going to be some people that I'm used to kind of just like letting go of that frame and doing things that I'm used to from the past. But this is all about the future. This is all about holding the frame of the future, holding my vision of the future and really pursuing that. And it is awesome. It is so cool because I'm really focusing on, yeah, you can feel the energy, I can imagine. The energy is incredible. I'm really focusing on feeling the feelings of the future. And it is in night and day compared to the past. Like the comparison is out of this world. Well, yeah, I mean, in terms of the contrast is out of this world. There are so many emotions from my past, so many thoughts, so many beliefs, so many structures that are dissolving, right? And it's a wild experience. So, yeah, this Friday flow is all about just my excitement for what's happening now because I feel it and it's awesome. And I'm meditating like crazy on it. I'm creating my future consciously with new and elevated emotions. And I have a crystal clear, specific vision of my future. A lot of this really does have to do with just like focusing on allowing the past to dissolve and not reverting or regressing because it's I almost said it's easy to do that. That's a belief right there. It's not. It's not easy to do that. As long as you're aware of yourself, your frame, and in this case myself, as long as I'm aware of myself and my frame and I hold my frame, I'm good. It's exciting.